What's good everyone, I'm Rade, welcome back on my channel. In today's video, I want to show you how to make dark melodies and then use it to make hard beats. I hope you guys are gonna like it. If you're going to do so, maybe leave a like down here and leave a comment too, letting me know which kind of video do you want to see next on this channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And yeah, that's everything, so let's start with the beat making now. I started this melody with a really simple pattern from a synth key inside of Analog Lab. This is the MIDI I came up with. I used a simple technique which consists in laying down the chord and then bring the notes to the right, making your melody. As you can see, it can create a really simple and repetitive melody, but that's okay for the sound you're looking for. So I've done the first part and then I copy and pasted the second one over. I just brought it up 5 semitones and then 1 octave down. So that's what you got so far. On this sound, I added a parametric EQ and a portal with this preset. After the synth key, I went inside of Kontakt and I picked a preset from the Mosaic Leads bank, which I'm actually using quite a bit lately. I really like it. And I laid down this simple melody following the notes that are in our scale. And yeah, so that's what I got. As you can see, I also used to create more tension in our melody, and I got the same effects I used before, just with a different preset inside of Portal. The next sound I used in this melody was actually from another bank from the same company as the last one. This one is called Mosaic Neon, and I got some harp inside of it. So here I just follow the root note of the melody, and that's what it sounds like. Same effects on this one as well, just different preset in Portal again. And yeah, so I continue with the melody with this pattern I came up with. It was something that I had on my mind. I just laid it down on the piano roll. And this time I went back to Analog Lab and picked another preset. This is really repetitive, as you can see, but I also added notes here and here to make it kind of flow into each other, obviously using 2 notes that are next to each other. And yeah, that's what it sounds like. On this sound, I put the usual parametric EQ. Remember to do this in every sound of your melody, because that space that you're taking out from your melody, it's actually the space where your 808 are gonna play. So you don't want those elements to clash here. You wanna create space for your bass sound. And after the parametric EQ, not the Portal this time, but a Valhalla Vintage Verb. So after the last sound I showed you, I just added 2 more sounds, which were actually a low piano from SRX Studio. This is the preset I used. This is the preset I used. And yeah, I went really low with the octave because I wanted to sound more dark, and I also added some saturation on this sound as well, so that's what it got with the low piano. And after the low piano, the last element was actually the usual church bell with the double octave technique. As you can see, it's just following the root note of our scale. And I added my usual preset on this as well, which consists in a delay tape 201 from the Arturia FX Bundle plugin. And yeah, it's actually just a ping pong delay, so that's what it sounds like. And with this church bell, I'm actually done with the melody. I'm gonna let you listen all together now. I'm actually done with the melody. Let me know in the comment if you liked it or if you have any kind of questions about it. So yeah, now I'm going to start with the drums. For the drums, I started with the 808 as always. I just followed the root note and made this simple pattern. Usually I don't like my 808 to play on the G sharp 5 because I think that's kind of too high, but for this case I think it actually sounds pretty good. And yeah, it's a simple pattern. I just added a roll going up here to kind of fade into the next 808 note, and here I use the 2 notes we used throughout the melody as well to make some kind of variation and transitioning in the second part. Same thing here and same thing here with the roll. For the kick I just copy and pasted the 808 pattern and I click Alt plus K to bring everything to the C5 note. That's where your kick should be playing. And as you can see, I just removed some. I removed the variation note, I remove the roll here and the third note here, just because you want to create some kind of bounce between your kick and your 808. And this is the fastest way to do it. I actually think it's also the best one. So that's the kick pattern. The only other variation I made with this pattern is actually this note here and this note here. I brought the velocity a bit down to create more bounce with your kick as well. After the 808 and kick pattern, I just continued with the clap, really basic here, guys. And maybe you have noticed I always layer my clap with a snare too. So here's the pattern where I go a little bit crazier. I just added one accent note here with the velocity a bit down, another here with some rolls as well. And on the last bar, I actually added even more rolls going down. So I'm gonna let you hear the pattern right now. And speaking of rolls, guys, I made some on the hi-hat pattern as well, obviously. So finish 4 steps, then bring it over and lower the velocity a bit to make it sound more natural. And then I added some rolls on the lower hands, as you can see, and some rolls over to the C5 as well. So that's what you got with the hi-hat. I made some rolls by clicking on one first step and then drawing them in. The thing that actually give your hi-hat some bounce, but the thing that can give your hi-hat pattern so much bounce is actually those gaps here that I made. This is my best tip for you guys. If you want to achieve more, if you want to achieve crazier bounce with your hi-hat pattern, just do this and trust me, it's gonna work. So after the hi-hat, I just continued with some kind of percussive sound, such as this triangle I used. So yeah, another detail here was actually this reversed open hat. Just as before, it's really subtle, but I think that's... And the last thing was the actual open hat. So here I follow the 808 pattern, and here I use the slide technique. So you just lay down and then you bring some of the open hat down in the octaves and you make them slide up just by clicking on the note and click this button right here, guys. So that's what the open hat pattern sounds like. So that was actually everything for the drums as well. So I'm just gonna let you hear them all together now. So after the melody and the drums were finished, we were basically done with the beat as well. I just added some kind of arrangement, my tag and a riser. I'm gonna let you hear the final beat in a second, guys. But first, I wanna thank you guys for watching and stick with me until the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you did so, maybe leave a like down here and a comment too, letting me know which kind of video you wanna see next, or if you have any other methods to make your melody. And that's everything from me for today. So thank you guys. I'm out. Peace.